Mimosa place shut down because mine did. Let's talk about a ridiculously easy new way to do mimosas. Hi, I'm the Bard and this is Bartending, and this is where I show you how to make the drinks you desire without all the wizardry. So, let's get started. Today we've got a new way to do a mimosa. This is going to be a rum punch mimosa. It's actually really easy. So, what I want to do is get a bottle or something of a vessel to create things within. Not my first episode of the day. Bear with me. But this recipe is great because it's 2 ounces of rum, and 2 ounces of rum, and 2 more ounces of rum, with 4 ounces of pineapple juice, and then the rest of it's champagne. So, let's get talking about this recipe. You're going to want a gold, you're going to want a silver, and you're going to want a coconut rum. If no one's educated you on the difference between rums, which I was new to this, so I appreciate this episode for the fact that I learned about rum styles. Much like a whiskey, gold rums are actually aged in oak. So it's basically the whiskey of the rum world, except instead of barley, hops, wheat, and all that jazz, you've got sugarcane that makes rum. So you've got sugarcane aged in oak. That's what a gold is. If you don't have the oak, you've just got sugarcane fermented into goodness. That's going to be your silvers. If you've got spice, that adds like anise and allspice and cinnamon and all that good jazz. But we're not worried about that. We've got plain rum with a little touch of oak with the rest of coconut, pineapple, tropical goodness. And then champagne. Champagne, beer, and all those like clear fizzy drinks are actually there to just lengthen the drink and add bubbles. Because they're so light in flavor that if you've got something as punchy as pineapple and then rums, those are going to control the flavor. This is lengthening it and not being water. That's about the secret that this provides. So, if you like red wines, get a Brut. Andre, at least here, it's a California wine. It's stupidly cheap. That's why I got it. It's perfectly fine. If you like whiter wines, sweeter flavors, things like that, I'd say go with a Spumante. I'm not a red wine fan. So for me, I'm going to curve this towards the Spumante white wine version. Champagne is just a French wine with bubbles. You've got the Italian version, you've got the Spanish version, which is like a Scar or Spa or something like that. I forget. I'll put them down below, but basically, the names are just wines with carbonation. Don't think champagne is anything too crazy and beyond your skills, because it's just a carbonated wine. It's wine with bubbles. But, I'm ranting, so let's get on with the drink. I'm tipsy, but I'm not stupid. I'm gonna pour into my graduated cylinder because it's got as much of a degree as I do. Roughly 2 ounces of coconut rum. Let's hope to God I don't make a mess. Before you see it, we're going to clean that up and then put this below and pretend nothing happened. Haha! I'm going to double this or triple it, we'll see. The whole cool thing behind this bottle is you're going to want to make a giant pre-mix. I'm going to show you how to easily entertain and make this the simplest drink you have. Because first of all, the rums aren't going bad. You can keep this mixed as long as the pineapple's not going to expire. And if I can do this, I promise you can do it sober. Oh, sugars have stuck. Use this one enough. I will pour for you to see. Don't worry. No messes. Perfect pour. Then we're gonna want 4 ounces of a sticky mess. I hope I don't spill. Pour with confidence. If you pour with confidence, it's all fine, nothing's wrong. The booze can smell fear. So pour with confidence and you won't get that little dribble. I know better, I don't know what I'm doing. It has nothing to do with skill, it's all confidence. Those bartenders want to tip, you fucking tip them because they can't work in their bars right now. What we really need is a cheeseburger, and they serve the best cheeseburgers at bars. But we have a double. So if you want 2 ounces of each, and then 4 ounces of apple juice, pineapple juice, the kind from pine trees, that'll make your premix. So those are the premix. And then you've got your champagne. So the fun thing about this will stay perfectly fine in a fridge. So store that, make it the day before, make it the week before, I don't care. As long as the pineapple juice does not expire. If you don't go through this in somehow 16 months, I don't know what's wrong with you. Drink it, it's good. So as a point of proof, I'm actually very curious. What do we got? We have a lot of rum. Woo! Ooh, that's a lot of rum. Okay. So, store this, throw it in the fridge, people will be happy. That's good as is, but very strong. Aside from that, learning opportunity. Twist to open, twist to reseal. This is a twist off champagne bottle? I guess it is portable. Don't blow up. It's like feeling a sunburn. Which I got staring at the Infernal Daystar for about 3 seconds because I am a potato and we do not survive well in the sun. So, everyone knows that mimosas are made of orange and champagne. Now what we've got is a citrus to replace the orange and champagne. So, go to the grocery store. I've used most of these, but get some sliced strawberries, pre-sliced. Makes your life real easy. I don't like the whole strawberries because if they start thawing, you're gonna get that frozen center and it's gonna be like biting into a popsicle. I don't know, not my thing. It doesn't matter if there's ice frozen and congealed onto them because it's just gonna melt off. It's still gonna look pretty as hell. But you take those and you put them in your rum punch mimosa. This is an extra step, it's not required in the recipe. This is me just being fancy. Also, an extra recipe for punching up a mimosa. I'm a few in. A couple steps to making a mimosa even more fancy are pureeing fruit the night before and then freezing them into an ice cube tray. Yeah, it looks great, but that's a lot of work I'm not gonna do. Because if I'm bartending, I've got enough shit to worry about. If I'm hosting, I have enough shit to worry about. So, just take the package, squeeze out some chunks, and throw them in. Looks great. But, the real kicker to make this fancy is champagne's not very bubbly. Oh, there we go. I stand corrected. It's plenty bubbly. I'm just a jackass on the internet. There you have a rum punch mimosa. So the fruit and the ice are actually going to make it have more surface area. So over here, it's going to make a large mess and bubble a lot more. But no, that's good. It's actually really good. It's a little bit, it's really light and gentle on the citrus. It is, I can tell it's rum heavy just from knowing my rums, but I can't taste it. So if you're not really familiar with rums, if I was inexperienced or just a normal drinker, I would say, no, it's just a good citrusy drink. It's good. Where did my bubbles go? This was fancy a minute ago. Okay, less strawberries. Ooh, okay. The strawberries, once they start melting, actually add a nice touch of fruitiness to it. So once again, from the Bardic sipping test, this is the one I keep coming back to. So apparently the strawberries add something to it. Hello, Semi. The takeaway from this is there's a lot of ways to do mimosas. If you basically add any strong fruit flavor to a bunch of rum, you're gonna turn out just fine. Other than that, sub the like bell, subscribe to those comments, and the most important thing to me is knowing that I'm not making these for myself, but other people are actually learning from them. So if you want to comment how I can improve or things you want to see, I would love to hear what you guys want to learn as far as drinks. But this should end the Under the Rona Sun episode of a rum punch, an improvement on the classic mimosa. But see you next time. Third episode and sixth drink. I'm pretty good. Hey, me and my octopus got unfinished business. Me and my octopus have finished business. Bye, dude.